Good afternoon, everybody. Today I'm here celebrating World AIDS Day with my absolutely beautiful brothers right next to me, and I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day yourself. I will ask that they introduce themselves, and from there forward we will have a little bit of a discussion regarding World AIDS Day and what happened within our society when it comes to HIV and AIDS. Toufeeq.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Toufeeq, your Mr. Diversity 2024.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jody, Dryden, your first prince for Mr. Sovereign Western Cape 2024.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Adrian, your first prince for Mr. Diversity.
And I am the Marvin, the director of Mr. Diversity. And I would like to start off by saying, as a society, I think we experience a lot within our private lives, especially based on our health, whether it's mental health or whether it's physical health. And I would like to ask you, Toufeeq, what is your take on HIV and AIDS, and how do you think, within your opinion, it affects us, not only in the LGBTQI plus community, but our communities as a whole?
I think people go out and just should be themselves whether they have the disease or not. Many times we look at people that have this disease as like a sickness that can affect you in many ways, because it does. I just feel like as a human, we should look at them as human beings and not a sickness. So for me to spread more awareness about it is to go out and speak about things like this, and just to communicate with people on all sorts of levels, doesn't matter where you come from.
Okay, thank you very much, Toufeeq. Jody, since you are working within the medical field, do you want to tell us a little bit about your experience with people, like on a daily basis, where their health is concerned, not necessarily based on HIV and AIDS only?
You know, it's very difficult to see these people walk into the hospital facilities, because sometimes it affects their mental health, and you can actually see it has a very, very negative effect on their mental health, because they come in there, they don't know what to expect. They're like, there's something wrong with me. They get anxious. They are just going mad. And when the tests come back and there's maybe like something picked up in their system, they go real crazy. So, especially HIV, because sometimes people come to get tested for HIV. It's that people are crazy when they get the result and it's positive. However, that we do tell them it's not a death sentence, and that there's not a cure for it, but there is treatment for it. So but it's almost like no one wants to hear that. It's worse than hearing the word you've got cancer. I mean, someone could still get a word like, or an answer like you've got cancer, but getting something like HIV/AIDS is totally terrible. So working in that field it's not really easy, because you need to be a psychologist, you need to be a social worker, you need to be everything for everyone. So yeah, it's kind of difficult, but that's why we're there to help them.
Okay, thank you so much, Jody. And then Adrian, if we can ask you, for example, what advice would you give to a family member or a close friend or colleague that just found out that they have been infected, maybe by one of their soulmates, or somebody that they had like a random encounter with? How do you think you would advise that person in order to move forward from actually receiving the news that they've been infected?
From my personal opinion, I would definitely say, in my family, I've experienced we were not that educated when it comes to HIV and AIDS. I had family members, and I've lost family members before I understand what it means, what it is, what the virus entitles, and what it does to your body. And as a family, it really made us stronger. It made us unite as one, because at the end of the day, we've seen a lot of family members dying, not because they find out about the sickness, but because of the fact they don't want to accept it. I think for us as family members out there, whoever you are, whether it's a friend, whether it's your cousin or your sister, if that person really takes the courage to come and tell you that they are infected, remember that it does means a lot to them. It is something that you will not able to share. And I would say, from what I've seen with my family members, they've never told us, but once we found out, we've became more close to them, and we make a discussion about it. I remember I have a cousin that constantly educate us regarding HIV and AIDS, and that is something remarkable for me, something that I always take when I'm like, girl, you do have that courage to really encourage us to know and educate us more about the sickness. And I think that's what makes it more comfortable for me to understand. I would definitely say conversations, we don't want to have it. Days like this, like today, is a day where we need to have these conversations. We need to open up a little bit more when it comes to the sickness, because yes, it's not a death sentence, but it does affect so many people's mental health. And I think when it comes to your mental health, when it knocks you there, that's where people are going backwards with the sickness, because it does take away the human being in them, because they are actually the enemy of themselves. So for us, I think we can do more by just discussing some conversation regarding the sickness, regarding the virus, and just encourage everyone out there that no matter who you are or what you are, it can come from anyone road. We never ask for these things to happen. It not only comes through sexual intercourses, but it does come through any other things. And I think there's the conversations that we don't want to have with people, because we are too scared. They feel like we are judging them. They feel like we are making fun of them, or you're going to tell the next person. I remember I had a friend that also shared his story with us, and for me, until today, I think I'm the only person that does know it, because he only opened up to me. And I believe at the end of the day, that person trusts you with so many confidential information. And for us to out them, it's like someone goes out there and tell everyone you are a morphe. It's the same thing telling someone else's disease to other people. I think that's something that we need to grow on, something that we need to educate more on, because it's not our problem. It's not something that happens to you. So why are you sharing somebody else's news with other people? I think that's the stigma we need to change around the virus itself.
I totally agree with you. I think from a personal point of view, I also have a lot of people confiding in me, like on a daily basis, and not necessarily based on their health maybe, but maybe it's a work-related issue or something about their relationship or whatever. And I think within the spaces that we move in as individuals, if somebody take it upon themselves in order to confide in you as a person, that obviously meant that that person felt at ease with you in order to open up to you. And I do feel that, especially within our LGBTI plus community, I do believe that we should support one another more, because you never know what the other person might be experiencing within their personal life. And like you say, or like you have said, if somebody comes to you and confide in you, that is between you and that person. And in order for you to go out and out the person, literally takes a lot away from that person, as well as your character as an individual. So I think that's definitely something that we can focus on. And I would like to ask you, Toufeeq, do you think it is okay for us to have a specific day like today that we are celebrating World AIDS Day and supporting our brothers and sisters who has been infected, or who know people that has been infected, like family members, etc.? Should we only have a day for that, or is it something that we should be focusing on more?
I think it's something we should be focusing on more, because at the end of the day, it's people's lives that is at stake. It's not where you can, for example, where queer individuals are involved, where we celebrate pride, you know? So I think that we should spread more awareness about it and come out more to show our solidarity for our brothers and sisters that is dealing with this. It's not very important. It's not very easy to come out and say, hey, So for them to actually come, like Adrian said, like it's really, it takes a lot out of you, and mentally, physically, and emotionally. So we should not just have one day. I think we should do this more and more each week, each day that we are able to. I think we should do that.
And we should actually motivate them and inspire them. You know, just uplift their spirit, because at the end of the day, you just want to take your life. Like, they've got suicidal thoughts. If someone can just motivate and uplift them, and, you know, just be there for them, encourage them to do better, or, you know, to just love their life like a normal person, then that thoughts would just fly by.
You should have that emotional support.
No,
Yeah.
really that. Before we conclude, guys, and we would like to say thank you so much for actually joining us today and for hearing a little bit of our experiences that we have. I would just like to conclude by saying, if it is that we have people moving in spaces where they've been infected, or people that we possibly have as close relatives and things like that, if the person do come to you, not only based on their physical health but their mental health as well, if somebody comes to you, take it within your stride and actually try and support that person. Be there for that person, because you never know what your presence in somebody's life might mean to them.
Yes.
Thank you very much, guys, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.
Thank you.
Have an amazing
Bye.
Sunday, everyone.
Bye.
Appreciate it.